What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So the other day, the news came out that little Toro lost his life, and still, a few days later, people are still asking if it's been confirmed. And it was definitely confirmed the day of, right? We talked about it. It happened at 8 a.m. We know that 3 other people were injured. And there have been people that have been speculating. And I said, I didn't want to really speculate. But then I said, you know what, let me go into what I believe happened. And to recap, before I do that, who lived in that house? Who lived in the house with Toro? So we know it was the grandfather's home, right? So it was the grandfather, Toro, 3 women, one of which was, I believe, his caretaker or someone who just took care of the grandfather, and the grandfather's son, one of his sons. Those are the people that lived in the home. What happened was an incident occurred, and there was an argument that ensued, and it's being said that the uncle, the grandfather's son, grabbed a knife, and there was a scuffle. As I had guessed in the last video on this, I had said more than likely the reason why the other people were hurt is because they were trying to break it up. They were trying to get in the middle of it and stop it from happening. And it's pretty much been confirmed that that's the case, right? No one has been arrested, and I don't think anyone will be arrested because I believe this was, I'm sure all accounts were taken and it was self-defense. Toro, as we saw, I never spoke to the dude. I didn't know the dude. I didn't care to know the dude, especially after, everything came out about his case. But we've seen by the videos that he put out, he could go from being cool to aggressive like that. And I think it was a part of whatever disorder that he had. And I've had people in the comments telling me that they have family members who are the same way, and that this type of thing right here is always a worry of theirs. Right now, Gunner is working on something, and if it pans out, you guys will get a way better understanding of who Toro was and probably the family dynamics, whatever direction they go with that, if they're able to lock that in, which I think they will. Those of you that want to know more details about the family dynamics and relationships and all that stuff, you guys will get that. What I do want to say is this, that someone has already said that Toro loved his grandfather and loved his kids and would never intentionally hurt any of them, right? So whatever happened that night or that early that morning, because police responded at 8 a.m. So this is something that when I heard the time, in my mind, this is something that probably started around midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning, and just kept escalating. And we've all seen, again, the videos. He starts using the N word, and he starts using the blood word, and it seemed like those 2 words would just trigger something in his head and turn him into something, right? And it's a damn shame. And I'm glad that the authorities have done the right thing. They listened to everything that was said, apparently, and the family doesn't have to lose two people from that one incident. One to death and the other one to incarceration. That would be devastating for that family, right? And this isn't an isolated incident. Things like this happen all over the world. We just happen to hear about it because Toro was on YouTube, and regardless of what anybody says, a lot of people knew who he was. And there were a lot of people that followed his career when he was a good rapper. And then they watched his downfall. They watched his deterioration. And I think that a lot of people were just amazed at how bad it got. But I don't think any of us, I don't know. I mean, I think the majority of people thought, maybe this dude at some point would get help. I've already talked about how Gunner and I had a conversation. The last conversation we had prior to hearing of what happened to him was, this dude is a ticking time bomb. And this was after watching the way he reacted to whatever it was in LA that made him cat out, and it was weird. And we were saying, hey, this dude is literally a ticking time bomb, and he's a threat to the public, to his family. Like, you never know with people like this. And then boom, that happens. I don't want to make this a long video. I just wanted to fill you guys in a little bit more, because people keep asking, are you sure? Are you sure? No, it's a definite that it happened. And that's just a little bit more detail, that there were a bunch of people who lived in that home. And like I had assumed, people were trying to stop whatever, and they got hurt in the process. Also, there are people who are saying that the grandfather is in a coma, and we found out today that's not true. At least what we were told is it's not. He's not in a coma. He is still in the hospital, I think, but he is not in a coma. So anybody wondering about that or hearing that, we were told otherwise. Like I said, Gunner's working on something right now. Right before I pressed record, I hung up the phone with him, and he was in discussion with somebody. And hopefully tomorrow we'll hear something from that. So that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.
Your yard says a lot about your home. At Sticks and Stones Yard Service, we turn overgrown lawns into clean, polished outdoor spaces. From mowing and edging to cleanup, trimming, and tree removal, we do it right the first time. Reliable, affordable, professional. Let us handle the work so you can enjoy the results. Sticks and Stones Yard Service. Solid work every time. Call or message us today for a free estimate.
Welcome to Vario Liquors, home of the coldest beer in the 209. Chilled to a perfect 32 degrees. From mix-and-go drink kits to both classic and exotic spirits, we've got something for everyone. Visit us at 1870 Countryside Drive, Turlock, California. Catch you at the Vario.